So yesterday there was a guy in New York that threw a bomb at what do you call it? They threw a bomb at this guy that was doing some protest or some event, and so the people that did it threw a nail bomb at a person demonstrating, and they were yelling Allahu Akbar, right? And so these very clearly are like, Muslim terrorists, right? That's what they are. It's pretty obvious. That's why people yell Allahu Akbar and they throw a bomb. I mean, that makes you pretty much a Muslim terrorist, I would assume, like 99% chance. So Zoran Mamdani just made a statement about this. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Yesterday, white supremacist Jake Lang organized a protest outside Gracie Morrison rooted in bigotry and racism. Such hate has no place in New York City. It is an affront of our city's values and the unity that defines who we are. What followed was even more disturbing. Violence at a protest is never acceptable. The attempt to use an explosive device to hurt others is not only criminal, it is reprehensible and the antithesis of what we are. I want to thank the brave men and women of the New York PD who acted to quickly keep New Yorkers safe. Our officers ran towards danger without hesitation, demonstrating once again the courage and dedication it takes to protect the city. This is the problem with what he's saying here, right? Is that you had no problem calling him a white supremacist, but you do have a problem calling the people who yelled Allahu Akbar at him throwing a bomb Muslim terrorists, which is what they are, right? How are you able to appropriately categorize this person as a bad actor and give them a identity as a bad actor, but then not talk about the identity of the people that threw a bomb? Like, do you see kind of how there's an asymmetry here where you have no problem at all talking about somebody who is, obviously, and Jake Lang is an agitator. He is. And you could say maybe he's a white supremacist, maybe he's a racist or anything else. And I have no problem with you calling him that. That's not an issue. But the issue is that if you want to do that and then you don't want to call out the obvious ideological decision that somebody made to throw a fucking nail bomb, then I think that we have a major fucking problem here, don't we? And demonizing peaceful protesters and not calling out literal terrorists. Exactly, yes. Jake Lang, and this is the truth. Jake Lang is a peaceful protester. He did nothing wrong. Nobody was hurt. He didn't try to hit anyone. He didn't set anything on fire. He didn't destroy property. He didn't do anything wrong. He was acting completely within his First Amendment right, and there's nothing wrong with that. Same with the people that were, crying about Khomeini dying, right? But at the same time, whenever you have somebody throwing a bomb, right, throwing a fucking bomb, then that is these people should be hanging right now in the middle of New York City. That's what should have happened. Like, the moment that you throw a nail bomb is the moment that you get strung up near the nearest tree. That's what my opinion is, right? And these people are insane. They are. Zoran is scum. Well, here's really the truth, is that I think Zoran is another identity politics candidate. I think that what percentage of the Muslim vote do you think that Zoran got in New York City? Let's ask the honest question here. Probably 99%. So you have a person who is basically using their position as a mayor to advocate for their ideology. And I think he's doing that here by refusing to state that the people that were doing this attack were terrorists and they did yell out Allahu Akbar, which I think probably they're Muslims, right? Like 99% chance that's the case. So you have the same problem the UK now has. Enjoy. Yes, I know that. I'm fully aware. And so anyway, this is what's been going on for a while. Why the New York PD were doing that. How long has Zoran been in New York City, like as a resident? I remember he remembers no place in New York City. That makes it okay to throw a bomb. Yeah, of course, right? And so it was weird he commented on the protest when anyone should be able to protest without being terrorized. Yeah, it's just exactly. And I'm glad to see people pushing back on this. And I think that, again, as we spend more time looking at this, we will see that people like Zoran Mamdani are fundamentally not Americans. They don't identify as an American. They don't put their country first. They put their ethnicity first. They put their religion first. And they do not put their country first. People like this have no position in power. And ultimately, I don't really think Zoran is the problem. I think it's the fact that we have imported a bunch of people who, based off of an ethnic, racial, and religious basis, have voted him into this position are the problem. And I think that we need to systematically denaturalize and deport every single one of them. That's what I think that we need to do. All of these immigrants that have come over here recently, they haven't assimilated, they're costing taxpayers money, etc. They all need to go, in my opinion. I think all of them need to go. And if that happened, I think that things would be a lot better overall, right? They would definitely be a lot better. And so, they would never go to war with us. Exactly. And that's the main thing, is that these people probably would not fight for America. They would not actually, they don't probably identify as Americans. They view America as an economic zone that they can take advantage of, while maliciously and I think also, cynically using American values against Americans so they can continue to consolidate power and effectively play their own game while they don't let anybody else play the game, right? And so that's really the way I see it. And yeah, they fly their flags, exactly. And if it was up to me, I would remove all these people. Like there would be such a demographic change that somebody like Zoran would never even have a chance of winning, right? And I think, by the way, people like him, like, this is the truth. The reason why Democrats want to import all of these people in from third world countries is that they want to weaponize and basically take control of identity and racial politics and be able to weaponize a non-white, non-Christian, non-American, non-Western coalition of people to vote as a bloc in order to enact their policies. That's clearly what the goal is. And if Americans don't wake up to this, I think it's just going to continue to get worse. And I think that not only do we have to stop it from happening, but we have to undo it from happening. And that means denaturalizing, deporting, removing legal citizens, as well as obviously residents, and of course, illegal aliens. I think we need to go completely across the board. America has in some places been totally colonized by these people. They are fundamentally, and by every by every definition of the words, not American. And the sooner that Americans realize this and they stop, hiding behind their, Reddit tier, identity politics platitudes, right? Oh, well, we're all the same. No, we're not. They're not the same as you. And they know that. You don't know that. And that's why they keep beating you. And they're going to continue to, basically take advantage of you. How do we deport citizens? Well, you just basically take away their citizenship and then you send them back to where they came from, right? I mean, obviously, duh. Like, what do you mean? How do you do it? It's pretty simple. So, yeah. And you see Turkey move some of their fighter jets to North Cyprus. Yeah. Anyway, if your loyalty in war is not with your own nation, you should not have citizenship in that nation. Exactly. That's retarded. Why? So you think it's a good thing for us to have people that are... I don't think we should do it to everybody categorically. I'm saying that I think that it should be to people that are drains on society, right? So, like, if somebody is an immigrant citizen that isn't really contributing anything to the country, I think we should just take away their citizenship and send them back to where they came from. I think that's what we should do. And I think that would be the right decision to make. And that's the decision that, and this is important, that's the decision that is in the best interest of American citizens. And, excuse me. And that's what matters the most to me, right? But these people don't care about that. And they will always advocate for it. This is one thing you have to understand, is with people like Zoran, they will always advocate for and downplay any degree of terrorism or any degree of bad behavior with their own racial and ethnic and religious identities. They will always do it. These people play identity politics to win. Other people, Americans, real Americans, don't do that. These people do. And that's why they win. It's because whenever you don't play a game and your opponent does, you end up losing and they beat you. That's the reality. So anyway, so you want America to be isolationist? That's not what I said. I didn't say that. It's not even worth explaining the difference to you. So, yeah, actual disabled Americans like my cousin and illegal immigrants on welfare. Well, yeah, obviously I don't want to have disabled Americans lose their welfare. Of course not. If anything, I think they should get more welfare. But, we can't do that because we're funding entire civilizations to come over here and then live off of us. It's awful. So that's really the way I feel about it. That's what my opinion is. And I think it's pretty obvious that you have people like this that go around, and I can scroll down and read some of the comments. Probably not Jake's comment, but we can read the other ones. You left out out an important detail. Yeah, exactly, right? Here's what you left out. Explosive was thrown by Muslims. They were shouting Allah Akbar. Exactly. The fact that you open your statement referring to Jake Lang as a white supremacist instead of condemning the guy that literally tried to throw a bomb at peaceful protesters tells us everything that we need to know about you and your usefulness. Well, he's extremely useful, just not for you. And that's the problem. And so, yeah, these are the two terrorists that they caught yesterday. As I said, they should have already hung these two people. It should have happened this morning. It's pretty obvious that these people threw the bomb. We have it on video. It's obvious. And so, again, like, that's really the way that stuff like this should be dealt with. Kansas City Airport evacuated. Wait, what? There's another bomb threat? Let me see. What the hell is this? Is there another one? I haven't heard this at all. This is new. Breaking: a bomb threat in Kansas City International Airport calls evacuate. Oh my God. What is this? How would you fix the dramatic decline in birth rates? Subsidize childcare for actual Americans. That'd be number one. Like, that'd be my main thing. Like, obviously, I'd do other stuff too, but that'd be the main thing. And they still deserve a trial, even though it's pretty clear they did it. You can't just not whack people in the same day you arrest them. Well, I don't know. Why not? It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious they did it. I mean, I feel like there should be exceptions for everything, right? I think that's an exception. Throw a bomb into a crowd of peaceful protesters, I think you should be swinging the next day. Sorry to say. It's pretty obvious open and shut case to me. Yep, citizens deserve a trial? Yeah, definitely. They got them on tape? Absolutely. And not terrorists. I mean, they're fundamentally terrorists. But anyway, this is something different. And anyway, police in Bond 17 Dams currently sweeping the concourse and terminals as authority investigate. This is what happens when we start wars with foreign nations like Iran. I love the argument that Ed has about this, that we can't start wars with foreign countries because then they're going to terrorize us. I can't think of a better argument for starting a war against Iran than the fact that if you make them mad, they're going to try to blow up your airports. Like, okay, wow, wait a minute. I'm right. Oh my God, that's crazy. What a fucking surprise. He's so fucking... Well, what this is, again, people that think like this, what happens is that they get colonized and taken advantage of slowly, because as they allow more of this into their community, eventually it becomes a majority and then they become oppressed. That's what happens, right? And because they're afraid of having a slight amount of friction in resisting that initial encroachment, they end up having the inevitable oppression. And I think that's kind of what Ed is advocating for. I think this is stupid. I don't know why he would say this. It's retarded. So yeah, there's another bomb threat that's been called out. And again, it's also, by the way, there's nothing here that says it has anything to do with Iran. Nobody has said anything about Iran. None of this has been shared. So people are just inventing their own narrative to begin with. Look at this. That's a lot of people. Oh my God. Oh, that's an assload of people. National fertility is a cultural issue. Yeah, I think the culture and the economic situation are intertwined, and I don't think that there's not a one-stop solution. If that's what you think I'm trying to advocate for, is not. Let's not kill terrorists, because if you kill terrorists, then they terrorize us. Yeah, great ideology. And serious incident. So, I mean, luckily nobody's been killed here, right? Really eerie sight here. No planes or gates in the sky. Look at that. They've just got everybody sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. Oh my God. We're brought to wait, what's this here? We were brought to an underground sheltered area that was deemed unsafe and uncleared. Now we're all outside. This is from today, right? Okay, I just want to double check. This wasn't, like, I was looking at this and I was like, wait, is this in Israel? No, it's in America, actually. It's in Kansas City. I used to think you're over the top with your opinions, but the more stuff happens, the more I find myself agreeing with you more and more. A lot of people think that I'm extreme, and they think that I'm, like, crazy and over the top, because they don't realize and they don't see things for what they are. They're delusional, and as time goes on, more people will realize that I was right about everything. But that's okay. And I don't even need the apologies, by the way. Whenever people realize that I was actually right about everything, I don't need you to apologize to me and tell me, actually, wait a minute, I'm so sorry, you were right about everything, I was wrong about everything, you're so smart. I don't even need that, okay? All I need you to do is just start paying attention from now on, right? That's it.